Hey, welcome back to Fixing Things. Tomorrow is my daughter's birthday. And you know that she's got this, her new Jeep, well, it's new to her, Jeep Liberty. It was used and it had some issues, and anything you buy used is not perfect. But a couple things is wrong with it. One is the horn don't work. Another thing is the radio. I mean, you can't drive around with no radio. Well, her radio works. Just the volume knob goes crazy when you touch it. She has buttons on the steering wheel, and so when she drives, she can do stuff there. But it's like you have to know what button is doing what. If not, you're switching it over to CD player, switching it to do something else. So today on Fixing Things, we're gonna put her in a brand new Kenwood stereo. So you might be saying, oh, Pastor Bill, why didn't you use one of those new LED super duper ones that are on eBay that are really cheap? Listen, I used to work at Auto Sound of Virginia, and I probably installed 1,000 car stereos in the past. And I'm going to tell, whoa, why'd you guys fall down? Don't faint on me yet. Wait till I'm done. I probably installed 1,000 car stereos in the past. And I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's no affiliation with me. I got no sponsorship with them, but Kenwood is the best. Probably coming up with Sony and Alpine and stuff like that as runner-ups. But Kenwood is the best, the most durable, best sounding. Stereos these days, they don't even compare to the radios back in the day. So we're going to put a little old school technology with new school stuff in her car. So she still has the buttons on the steering wheel on her Jeep Liberty. We're going to install a Kenwood radio with all the trimmings the correct way. On this episode of Fixing Things with Pastor Bill. Great time. This is going to be a good video right here. Stay tuned and watch it. I'm going to do it tonight. And tomorrow, she doesn't even know. I'm going to give her some empty boxes to open up tomorrow. Because tonight we're going to do the preliminary. We're going to get the wiring and everything soldered together. So shh, don't tell her. All right? So let's get with this. I purchased the radio and all the kit and everything else on eBay. So I'll show you what we got. Got her brand new Kenwood stereo. I didn't get the bottom of the line. I didn't get the top of the line. But I bought a good one. I bought her the trim package kit that goes for her Jeep. And I brought the wire installation kit that goes with the steering wheel and all the accessories that's in her car. So she'll be able to operate all the stuff on her car that has remote access to her radio now will still work on this radio after we get it installed tomorrow. Comes with a microphone for wireless thingies. It's got a kit that goes in the back of the radio. Has antenna and some other things in here, some more wiring. And then it should have just the radio and the box. This, like I said, this is brand new. I'm not going to throw this away because my daughter's going to open the empty box. Maybe I'll throw something in here to put some weight. And instrucciones. I shouldn't need the instrucciones. Put them over here because, well, it's been a long time. It's been a long time, been a long time, been a long, lonely, 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 lonely time. All right, let's put out something so when we solder we can catch it on fire, because you know me, I always like to do sketchy stuff. Save these. We'll make earmuffs out of them later. And in the installation kit, they got the plastic thing that goes in the dash. And it tells you it's for a Chrysler Dodge Jeep. 1998 to 2007. And then it gives you a list of all the stuff that goes in it. They gave me another one of these things. They're really nice at giving me the really nice, and actually that one's nicer than this one here. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. It comes with a solderless connecting thingamajiggy. It's not the shrink tube type. I like solder in mine. And here we have this is the wire kit that connects to the wiring harness on the vehicle. So when you use this and solder it to this, all you do is plug it into the harness on the vehicle and it automatically works. It's just like magic, automatic. So these wires connect to these wires. We can just go like this, like I did on the Mihal truck, and it'll be done. And supposedly, at least it was back in the day, you just wire per wire, yellows to yellows, and the reds to the reds, and the oranges to the blues, and the greens to the greens, and so on and so forth. And it should work, and that's what we'll do. And so we're going to make these connections here. And then this kit I bought separately, and it's very possible I might not need it. I'm going to have to look at the instrucciones because this one I'm going to have to open up. This is the kit that connects all the wireless buttons and everything in her dash. And this is an expensive little kit, but hers may be already set up for it. Oh, I hope she appreciates what I'm getting ready to do, because wiring is not my forte. Even though I'm a master electrician, the digital stuff, okay, I'm back. I had to review all the instrucciones and also went to the website for access for the vehicles, because there's a lot of wires on here that, and I was saying, I don't even have those wires on the kit. And so I figured it all out. And on the Jeep Liberty, it says I'm supposed to go to pin 13 on the wiring harness. And on the wiring harness, pin 13 is it's actually the mute wire on the harness. So you connect the pink wire to the brown wire on the adapter that goes in. Then you put your black wires to your black wires, your yellow wires to your yellow wires. So this is the connector that goes in the back of the radio. This is the connector that goes into the wiring harness on the vehicle. This is the connector that goes into the steering wheel controller. And this plugs into the back of the radio. Somewhere there's a jack for it. Supposedly that's it. Red wire, black wire, pink wire. That's all we use. Everything else on the ASWC1, besides the little plug wire thingy, this gets taped up and put away. So I don't like to leave these little bare wires. What I like to do, we just cut them off like that. We're going to take some electric tape so they don't touch nothing. And when we're done, we're going to make a nice wiring harness for this, so it's not all a bunch of mumbo jumboed. All right, so that's safe. So now we're going to take the wires on the part that plugs into the radio, and we're going to strip some of them. We're going to strip the red and the yellow. That's our powers. One is your constant hot, one is your switched hot. These wires we're not going to be using, and these are all our speaker wires. So we'll strip the speaker wires. Then we're going to solder the connectors. Even though I have these butt connectors, we're going to solder the connectors together. That way we don't run into problems with humidity and all kinds of other junk going down the road and getting intermittent connections and wires going out of whack, getting rusty, corrosion. So let's make a bunch of heat shrinks. And we're going to put one heat shrink for each wire that we stripped. So I think the first one we're going to attempt to do is the yellow wire. All right. Put your heat shrink on. Ugh. Take your heat shrink back off. I should have let it cool down. Okay, we're going to tape that one. Now we're going to get our red wires. This time we'll let it cool down. Don't catch the instructions on fire. Don't touch it, the thing with your hand. Go. Then just use the heat of the gun to shrink it. All right, we got it all soldered up, and I did notice on the Kenwood there is a steering wheel remote input. So I'm pretty sure that that's got to hook to that brown wire, and the other brown wire probably gets disconnected. I'm going to do some research on that tonight, but this thing is pretty much ready to install. So we'll see you tomorrow. I got to get in. I think they're getting ready to have cake and ice cream. Even though I'm on the keto diet, I'm going to be there for my daughter's birthday. I'll see you tomorrow. After doing some research on the interweb, my daughter's Jeep Liberty is not a standard Jeep Liberty. It's a high-end Jeep Liberty, and it has the Infinity sound system in it. So it's got amplifiers in each door. So it needs the amp turn on the kit and on the instructions and everything for all the wiring stuff I bought. It says not to use that wire. But so before, when I tested it, I couldn't get no sound, zero sound. I figured it might have been the steering wheel control module. That wasn't it. Put it in accessory mode. Come on in. Oh, whew. Scared me. I thought it wasn't going to turn on. Okay, standby mode, standby mode. Let's go right to radio. All right. I'm going to kick the sound. I don't want to get my audio. So it's working. It's working. It actually sounds pretty good.
That's great.
All right. So we know that works. Now, where to put this thingy? Hang this, wrap it around the steering wheel a couple times, plug it into the back of the radio, and it should work. That don't look bad. There we go. Not an exact fit. The roundness is a little bit off. Close enough for government work. Working good. Boom. Well, I got the radio in. The radio was sounding awesome. Then when I went to go start the vehicle to back it out, after I checked everything else out, it wouldn't start. My daughter's little Jeep wouldn't start. So I spent hours troubleshooting and diagnosing and everything else just to find out. I remember this happened to me one time before. I put a aftermarket radio in my wife's Honda just to find out that after I did it, it wouldn't start. First it would start and shut off, start and shut off. And then it wouldn't even key over anymore. And that's what happened exactly what happened to this. First it would start, it was running, then it would shut off. I'd wait a second, start it, run it, okay, well maybe something. Then it would shut off. Then next time, nothing. Then we're showing no fuel. So I put a couple gallons of fuel in it. Nothing. Checked all the fuses. All the fuses, okay. Turned the ignition switch into the on position. There was no power to the fuse on either side that powers the ignition, the fuel pump, and a couple of the other ones. Now I probably could have bypassed it. But that's you're not supposed to do that. You probably force feed the fuse circuit and the fuel pump circuit and get it to work. But I'm just putting a radio in it. So what did I do? And the thing is, my wife is right. It's not worth your joy and your trouble and everything else. The radio sounded awesome. 4 times as nice as the radio that was in it. But what's the use of having a really good sounding radio if your vehicle don't run? It's like, I can't fix it. This is supposed to be fixing things. I'm going to do some more research on it. I'll probably put a thing to it. Today's not a fixing things. Today was a non-fixing things. I just wanted to do something nice for my daughter. I had an epiphany last night. I gave up on the car. It didn't want to start with the radio in it. And it said no bus on the thing. And the car just didn't want to start. I put the old radio back in it. I mean, hours and hours of trying to get the car to start. Put the old radio back in and it fired right up. No bus. I know that when I was doing fire alarm systems and security systems and stuff like that, we had bus loops. And bus loops were each area of a, say like a school or something like that, there was one bus, another bus, went through a central hub that went through the main communications. It's a bus loop. No bus. Some of the gauges start going down. First, then the fuel pump wouldn't kick on. Then the ignition wouldn't even turn on. Bus loop. The pin 14 wire, which is a gray or brown wire, was hooked to the other gray one. Pin 14 is the COM port, the bus loop, for that part of that section. I'm gonna disconnect that. I think it's because it's hooked to the dimming circuit on the radio. Why they got the colors that like that, I don't know. But that's not, it's hooked to the wrong pin. It's hooked to the wrong pin. Epiphany. Yeah. We're gonna try it. I got up early. I had to get it done so my daughter can drive the car to work. So I'm gonna bust loose on it.
It's gonna work. All right, I gotta get rid of that noise. This wire for the CD changer. Out with the old. Antenna wire adapter. New radio. Antenna. And I believe it's working. We'll start. Now all I'm gonna do is give it back to Kendra. I greased up her window tracks too. It's a success. That magnetic's strong. It's fixed. All right, let's take it back over. She doesn't even know that I came over there and got it with the spare key. She'll be able to go to work in it today with a brand new Kenwood radio. Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh, so discouraged last night. Seat belt on. All right. What is love? I should play Night of the Roxbury real loud and stand out by the car with the music playing loud and shake my head. All right. Let's test it again. Radio.
Press oil change at Tire Engineers Time Saver Traffic Center.
Hey, Jeremy, and good morning.
Guys, not only recognizing and knowing.
Good one there.
In Maryland, it was eastbound I-70.
He says, what crime has this man committed? Of course, there's no answer.
Xfinity race is Saturday at 4:30. Before C-Face.
This is why you're caught.
All right. We got it. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, I was so discouraged. What I ended up doing was going to a Chrysler website, and I looked up the Jeep wiring harness for the radio. And I noticed that pin 14 and the color of it, and I'm thinking, well,
why does the radio tell me to hook the dimming light to that? And I thought to myself, the dimming light is shorting out the comm circuit, the bus circuit. That's the communication circuit that's supposed to tell the finger controls what to do. Originally, if I would have just cut that wire, the radio would start working. I worked for hours and hours and hours and tested all the fuses and did all the stuff to it, and it's done now. And last night I just sat down on the couch and did some research, and oh, thank you, Lord. My wife got discouraged. She came out to help me, bless her soul, and she seen there was, once I get in that state of mind, it's like I'm frustrated. I just want to do something nice for my daughter. Hey, remember this: I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. It's done. God bless you. It was not a failure. I got some fancy editing because I did a whole ending to this video of how it failed and you can't do it. God showed me that you can do it. God bless you. I'll see you. Actually, I'm getting ready to go do the other one here in a few minutes as soon as my wife goes to work. I want to be there for my wife before she runs off to work. God bless you. I'll see you.